Okay, we are in match 15 of the Mana Traders series. I am 9-4 right now. Notably, there's somebody who is 18-2. So that's crazy. I don't think I'm getting first place in the qualifier leaderboard at that point. Well, there's no way I can since I've lost 4 matches. But I can still get second. There's 3 people tied at 15-5. So if I win out, I'll definitely get second place. So that's something. We are definitely going to Shadow of Doubt here. And also, I kept this hand. It had a turn 1 threat. It had interaction. Had 2 lands. Really can't complain about anything. So, on turn 2, opponent is going to have 1 land. And they're probably going to fetch now. Yep. You get them once in the early game. And then they start fetching on their own turn. Yep. Okay, since we drew the Spell Pierce, I'm going to opt for a 3rd land. There it is. Play it. And hit you for 1. He's an angry Lavamancer. He's not even using his spells. He's just punching you. So this looks like Jeskai control. That kind of confirms it. Sweet. So now we can cast Nimble Obstructionist with Spell Pierce and Force Negation backup. And that'll really speed up our clock. So that'll be nice. They just gonna play a Teferi. Spell Pierce. This is another matchup where Boyle is just amazing. Last match we went against Blue-White Stoneblade, and that was a really interesting matchup, but Boyle is just so good against all these control and mid-range decks playing a bunch of islands and Mystic Sanctuaries. So dust off your Boyles if you want to beat control, I guess, or at least have a chance, like they can still counter it and whatnot, but it feels pretty good. So they're 4 colored. Okay. I think I'm just going to bolt them. Part of me wants to hold back Grim Lavamancer, but I think I'm just going to attack with both. Next turn, they're just dead. So I guess if I didn't attack, it would put them down to 3. Yeah, because then I could exile Shadow of Doubt and opt or something. Alright, now they're just dead. We got game 1. Cool. Okay, so they're 4 color at least, control. I'm assuming they're playing Uro at that point. And they're playing... I think we saw a Mystic Sanctuary. So these are the cards I'm considering. Cleansing Wildfire is also a consideration, because they're probably running 1 Ketria, the Temur Triome, and then 1 Raugrin, the Jeskai Triome. And knocking them off of those is nice. It might be a little too cute. It just depends on what we want to take out. Abrade and Grim Lavamancer don't seem great here. And I guess we just take out the ops. Like, I think these 1-mana spells, the relics and the dispels, are better than card selection and a threat. So, yeah. And then in the grindy matchups, I like playing Ral. He's just kind of a mirror, I guess mirror breaker is the right word. He's able to, like, if opponent has like 5 removal spells in hand, Ral is really nice to just slam. So I could be wrong. Okay. The one of Reflecting Pool is still awkward. I don't think this hand is a keep anyway. I can only cast 2 of my spells. This hand's better. Probably putting back the island since we have boils in our deck. And they might be running Path. We saw a Field of Ruin, so we know that much. And that incentivizes us to bottom our basics as well. Man, what if Stifle was legal in Modern? That would be nuts. So we're definitely stifling. We're tails ending this Flooded Strand. We just want to knock them off their mana as much as possible. If they force a negation this or whatever. Okay, they didn't. I was going to say if they did, that's not a big deal. Like, they're 2 for 1-ing. And, oh my gosh, are they going to fall into it again? Opponent, you need to learn that you need to fetch on your turn. This is embarrassing. They kept a 1-lander. It's weird. They have the... They do have another land. Okay. They got there. This deck's great. Tails End and Nimble Obstructionist is just hilarious against any fetch lands. And if there's a way to power down fetch lands, it's this way, by stifling the triggers and all that kind of stuff. Because, like, the biggest complaint about the format is... Are they going to play Teferi? Okay. Yeah, we'll remand that. Biggest complaint about the format is the conversation around fetch lands. Like, Mystic Sanctuary wouldn't really be a problem if fetch lands didn't exist. Uro really wouldn't be that big of a problem if fetch lands didn't exist. But they do exist, so why not play a deck that preys on them? So, that's my thought. We're just going to remand again. And hopefully we get to Shadow of Doubt their Flooded Strand. I think that would be hilarious. Sweet. They just can't do anything this game, and that feels amazing. It was definitely on them. They could have played around this, but they chose not to. I think I'm gonna Mana Leak. Yeah, I think I'll Mana Leak this. Like, they're at 10. I just really want them dead. If they Veil of Summer, that's tough. Oh, they don't? Okay, cool. They had 5 fetch lands this game. That's nuts. Drew that. I don't know if we care enough. Well, if they spend their whole turn trying to cast Uro, we can definitely, like, snap remand it. I think that would be pretty hilarious. And then we just kind of win on the spot. Well, they go to 1, I guess, if we do that. Looks like they're trying to cast Uro. Oh, they're not. I think I'm gonna snap Tails End. unless they have like a spell snare or a mana leak. But notably, Tail's End is awesome because it can counter legendary spells for some reason. It's just a really good counter spell. They're going to hit us with that Veil of Summer. Alright, we won. Sweet. We beat 4-color control.